tell you the story of my town. When I came here 3 years ago, everything seemed all right. Life was calm and seemed to be growing normally in town and in the surroundings. Industry was productive, making many things which we needed every day. I noticed that cultivation was good, and I thought that I could make a good living on the land. John, my new neighbor, was doing well. He had some spare time after his daily work, and he took this opportunity for making baskets so that he could earn a little more money. All this convinced me that I should rent a small farm in the neighborhood of the town. We worked hard during the first year. My son helped me when he didn't have to go to school. We were very happy with the pretty kitchen garden and with the luxuriant vegetables. My wife helped me too in the work, and she seemed to be happy with her new home. We were happy. Nevertheless, when the neighbors got together, they said that the work was decreasing and the people were not the same as they used to be. This was not important to me until one day I noticed that my neighbor had lost his enthusiasm for the work. I also noticed that frequently, many families were leaving town. The lack of workers made the products run shorter and prices go higher. More and more frequently, my wife came back from the market without buying a thing. The production of many industries had fallen, and others were obliged to stop work temporarily. In school, fewer boys went to the classes. Some didn't go because they were ill. Others had to stay at home to work in the fields because a parent was ill. Then I began to notice that the workers were getting weak and ill more frequently. Many failed to survive their illness. They said that the cause of all this was exclusively malaria. I started to suffer the consequences because one day the owner of the truck said that he was not going to transport my products anymore. He explained that it was not worthwhile to work there because the crops were too small. He had decided to move to another town, which would offer a better future. That same day, the owner of the truck became ill. Although the day was warm, he felt cold. The bad situation which was affecting the town extended to me and my family. Mealtimes were not gay and happy like they were in the first days of our arrival. Now, we were not happy. The day came when I was attacked by chills and fever. I never felt such a cold in my life. I start thinking that it was more and more difficult to work in order to give support to my family. After the first attack of fever was over, I went back to my work. But I noticed that I was weaker. Why are my friends bringing my son home? He should be in school. And then I heard that my son hadn't been doing well in school. He seemed to be so preoccupied that he wasn't learning. Illness in our family was causing damages that we hadn't recognized. Something must be done. We discussed the situation with my friends. Then my wife asked us to go to the next town in order to look for help in fighting the illness that was causing us such harm. In the health unit, the doctor received us cordially. We told him all about the sickness in our town, and I described my recent illness. The doctor took some blood out of my finger to find out whether I had malaria. I was very glad when he explained malaria could be cured, and also that it could be totally eliminated in our town. We got to talking about malaria. The doctor explained that it is an illness that attacks the blood and is carried by some kinds of mosquitoes. If one of these mosquitoes bites a person who has malaria and then sometime later bites a healthy man, this man eventually will get malaria too. Malaria is a sickness that exists in many countries of the world. The doctor said that this disease diminishes man's resistance, making him weak and unable to do his work. My friend and I were happy when the doctor said that in a few days, people from the malaria program would visit our town to talk with us about how to eradicate the disease. Then the doctor said that the blood he had taken from me was ready to be examined. He looked at it through a microscope. He told me that I did have malaria, and he gave me some pills to cure my illness. He warned me that this was not enough. It would be necessary to eradicate the disease in our town, or I might get malaria again. He said the way to eradicate the disease was to spray all the houses in our town with a liquid insecticide. A few days later, some personnel from the malaria eradication program came to see us. They explained why it would be necessary to spray every house in our town every year for about 4 years. It seems this spraying doesn't get rid of all the mosquitoes, but it does kill the ones that are carrying the disease. We understood that if everyone cooperated, the sickness would disappear. This good news gave us great satisfaction. One beautiful morning, there arrived in our town the men who were to spray our houses. We were happy to see them, for we knew how important their work was. It was interesting to watch the spray men prepare the insecticide. This is used to spray the interior of the houses and other places where a mosquito might go after biting a person and filling its stomach with blood. All of the families had moved the furniture into the center of their rooms in their houses and either covered or taken all food out of the house. Everyone wanted to do his part in eradicating malaria. The work proceeded without interruption, and we all cooperated with enthusiasm. One by one, the houses were sprayed. Then came our turn. I was happy because I knew this spraying was necessary to eradicate malaria. A housewife started to clean the walls and wash the windows after they had been sprayed. Fortunately, a neighbor who had understood the instructions of the malaria program personnel came and told her not to wash the walls and windows because if she did, she would remove the insecticide and the mosquitoes resting on these walls would not be killed. At last, all the houses were sprayed. Furthermore, arrangements were made for all people that got the fever to receive the proper medicine. The campaign against malaria had been initiated with great success. After some time, my town seemed to wake up to a new life. All kinds of work started again. Attendance in school became normal. Also, John started again to work with the same enthusiasm. Everything now was different. And I could work and sell the products of my land with no difficulty. We were not going to have malaria among our people. Already we were receiving the benefits of our cooperation in the campaign, and we were determined to keep working with the malaria personnel until they were certain the disease had been eradicated in our town. We were happy again. The shadow of sickness had passed over. And it was like this that the sun shone again on our town.